Hello everybody, welcome to midweek check-in. Gonna go ahead and get started. Let me adjust my camera. Okay guys, welcome all of you out there in Facebook land. Hold on a second, let me get my Instagram going. Did I save? All right, you guys. So I'm gonna get both videos started so we can get started with our midweek check-in, okay? So I'm gonna be looking at both cameras. I have my Facebook fam and then my Instagram fam over here. All right, so let me move over a little bit. Okay, so tonight, you guys, I am switching things up because of the circumstances, the situations, the things that are going on. Okay, so if you're joining me on Facebook, welcome. Please say hello to me so I know that you're here. Please don't be sneaky. Okay, say hi, give me a thumbs up, a heart, or something. If you're watching me on Instagram, go ahead and same thing, wave to me, say hello, give me a heart, give me a thumb, give me a face, give me a star, something, give me something. Just tell me something, okay? All right, so tonight, you guys, I want to check in with you all, and I'm switching things up. I just have not been feeling the topics that I have worked out or kind of planned for the month, just because of everything that's going on. I feel like it's time for me to adjust. Hey, Rachel. Hello, sunshine. I see you. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Yeah, so if you guys are joining me, please go ahead and say hello. Let me know that you're here so that I'm not talking to the camera by myself. But anyway, so what I was saying is basically I have had, like, the whole theme of March was supposed to be about women power, harnessing your power, and, you know, in celebration of Women's History Month. But in light of all the things that are going on right now in the world, as we all know, coronavirus, and just all the things that are shifting, changing, moving. A lot of things have happened since last week's live, okay? There's a lot of things going on, and I just feel like it's appropriate to address some of these things, okay? So I want to be present in the moment, and I am, like, learning how to shift in. Even though I'm a planner and I like to know what I'm doing, I feel like it's really important to address some of these things, some of these concerns that are going on out here, okay? So tonight, what I want to talk about is being in quarantine, which I feel like pretty much everyone is in quarantine if you are basically alive, a human being in this world. Everywhere in the world is experiencing closing of businesses, shutting down things, all the social activities, venues, places are being shut down, okay? So I really want to address quarantining and, like, what you can do during this time, okay? So tonight's topic is quarantined. What are you going to do? Okay, that's the topic tonight. So basically, I really just want to address this because I feel like there's a lot of panic, there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety going on out in the world right now. And I get it. If you're watching the news, you're watching the TV, and then you're just paying attention to all the things that are happening, it's very easy to get sucked into all of the chaos and the panic, okay? There are people who are losing their jobs because they're no longer able to work. They work in industries where they have to actually be in a physical location. There are people who are panicking. They're going to the grocery stores and they're buying up all the things, toilet paper, paper towels, things that, you know, I don't even know if we're going to be needing to be hoarding these things like this, but there's just a lot of panic and confusion. And so I really just wanted to address that you have a choice in how you're handling the situation and the things that you can do, okay? So you always have a choice, right? And in times of chaos and just panic, you don't have to choose to be a part of that. You can make a different choice. So the point of tonight's live is to partly, to just get a consensus on how you guys are feeling out there, what you guys may be going through, any concerns or issues that you're having, and then also to just give you another way to think about how things are moving and what is going on in the world. Okay, so to alleviate some of that stress and to help you decide how you are going to handle the quarantine and how you are going to handle just kind of moving forward. So if you are joining me, go ahead, please say hello. If you're watching the replay, hit hashtag replay so that I know that you were here, okay? So basically, just before we get started, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sharana Patrice, and I am the go-to empowerment and lifestyle coach who teaches women how to follow their passions to build a life that they think is impossible. And over the last several weeks, I have been focusing on topics that I feel like people need right now in this point. I just feel like I want to add light. I want to add positivity. I want to add things that are more of a, I guess, like a bright star in the light of, you know, in the wake of darkness, because I feel like there's just a lot of heaviness going on right now. Okay, people are really worried and concerned. So with that said, so if I'm not, first of all, for those of you who don't know, I'm on Facebook and Instagram, so I'm looking at this camera. I'm not ignoring you. If you feel like I'm not paying attention, I am. So if you have questions or if you have things to add, please go ahead, feel free to put them in the comments. But basically, during this time as we're in quarantine, there's two ways that you can choose to handle this. You can choose, because it is a choice, you can choose to, like I said, be in panic, be in fear, be anxious, and let all these things consume you and suck you in. You can choose that. It is a choice. Or you can choose to look at what the opportunities are in the situation. What are the positive things in the situation, okay? So I would encourage you at this point, I mean, I feel like it's time to really start going within, start reflecting, and start really trusting yourself and trusting your intuition. If you guys saw the quick tip for this week, it was about igniting your inner compass, and your inner compass is just your intuition. And it's really you getting still and being quiet and clear about what it is that you're supposed to do. I know that there's a lot of people out there who may feel like they have no idea what's going on, what they're going to do. There's a lot of uncertainty, right? So there's a lot of things that are outside of our control. But the one thing that you can do is choose to be reflective in this moment. I would suggest that if you don't have a spiritual practice, or if there's you know, you're not in tune with, like, I would say, like a higher power. I personally believe in God. It is really time for you to I would spend some time focusing on that, going inward, you know, praying, meditating. And for those of you who are, you know, that may feel very foreign to you, or something you've never done, really it's just talking, you know, talking to God, talking to the higher power, talking to just having a conversation, you know, about how you're feeling, about what's going on. I would also recommend meditating. I know a lot of people are, I don't want to say a lot of people, but there are some people who have issues with that. Like if you're a person who's constantly going and always has to be doing things, meditation may feel like very foreign to you. But you can there are free meditations on YouTube. You can go on YouTube, you can do a search. I would suggest maybe guided meditations. You can do meditations for specific things, like if you are feeling anxiety or if you're feeling stress, you can just type in, you know, meditation for stress, or meditation for anxiety, or meditation for peace, whatever you're, you know, whatever it is that you're seeking. I'm not going to go like heavily into that because I'm not a like spiritual teacher or anything like that, but I just know that there are things that you can do to start alleviating some of these things. Really, the purpose of having this practice is for you to feel centered and to be centered and to find your peace and find your calm. Okay, it's more important now than ever that you do that, because outside of your controlled environment, there's a lot of energy and a lot of chaos and a lot of things going on. Okay, so also be very mindful and intentional about what you're watching on the news and what you're listening to, what you're reading, what you're taking in, because all of those things, they definitely impact your mood, they impact your energy, and so you just want to make sure that you're not overdoing the information. You don't want to have information overload and be just constantly watching and taking all of it in, because that also sucks away from your energy. Okay, it takes away your mood. All right, so I just wanted to put that out there. I just think this is a time to really be reflective. I think this is a time to really take advantage of the fact that you are at home, okay? So you can, like I said, make a choice. It's about what you want to do. If you're choosing to look at the opportunities and the possibilities and the things that are going on right now, one thing you can think about is the fact that, you know, every day we're out here and we're just grinding. We're going to work every day. We're doing the hustle and bustle. And it literally becomes like a routine that is not, what's the word? Like you're not even present, right? It's just second nature. Probably the way you drive to work and the route that you take, you know, the meetings that you have all day, the people that you talk to, and all the activities that you do with your kids or your family. You're just kind of doing them. You're in autopilot mode, okay? So this is an opportunity, I believe, for you to be more present, okay? You may be quarantined, so you're in your home, and for those of you, some of you may be freaking out a little bit because you're maybe used to being out and about. For those of us who are homebodies, I'm a homebody. It's maybe not as bad, but we don't really know how long this is going to last, right? We don't know how long we're going to be in our homes and, you know, secluded and separated from all the other people. But to me, I feel like this is an opportunity to spend time with your family. Okay, so if you're working all the time and there's all these things going on, right now you have no choice but to slow down. So you can spend more time with your family. You know, come up with creative activities inside that you can do, or maybe just have conversations. You know, actually sit down and turn off the TV and, you know, put the phones down and actually talk and have conversations. Because when do we ever really do that, right? There's all these things happening. People are moving. And nobody's really taking the time to do that, okay? So that's one thing I recommend, or just how I can see what the positive is. Another thing that you can do with this time is catch up on maybe books you've wanted to read, right? Like, I don't know about you, but I'm actually in a book club right now. And I joined on purpose and intentionally because I'm a person who, I really love books, and I love hard copy books, like books that you can hold in your hand. I actually have a e-reader too, but I don't really use it that much. And I have a subscription to Audible for audiobooks, but I really prefer like hard copy books. So I joined a book club because I want to read more books. And I feel like being a part of this club, it's sort of like, okay, we're focusing on this book. This is the book for the month, and you have the entire month to read the book. Okay. So, you know, it's giving me an opportunity to actually read. I've already read 2 books this year, y'all, which is amazing because I usually will start a book and then I don't know what happens. I get to the middle or even like 3/4 of the way through and then I just stop. I don't know. I just stop. So, reading a book. So if there are books you wanted to read, if there are things that you wanted to do, hey, Erica, I see you. Now is the time. Okay. So that book list that you were, you know, thinking about, or every time somebody says, oh, you know, you should read X, Y, and Z, you're like, yeah, I meant to do that. Now is the time to do that, okay? Get your books together. Figure out what you want to read. Another thing that you can do is, like training or courses you wanted to take. So if there are things that you've signed up for, like me, I am the queen of ordering a webinar or taking a training or buying these things, and I literally will buy all this stuff. And then I just don't do the courses, or I don't do the whatever, the training. A lot of the stuff that I bought, they're like self-help type things, but they're also like things for my business, and I haven't really even had the time to do them. Or I wouldn't even say had the time. I haven't intentionally taken the time to focus on those. So if you're like me in that area, this is a really great time for you to focus on that, or whatever training, or if there's a skill you've always been wanting to learn, and you're like, I just don't have time to do that. Guess what? Now you have all the time in the world to do that, okay? So I would suggest you look through whatever course you want to take, or whatever training that you have that's been sitting on your laptop or sitting in the corner with dust building. It's time to pull it out and get going, okay? So what else? Let me see. I have my list here. Oh, another really important thing that you can do right now is rest. Rest. Okay, so it is important for your body to be rested. We've talked about this. I've talked about it when I did like the series on stress and taking care of yourself, loving yourself, all that kind of good stuff. If your body is tired, just rest. sleep, do what you need to do, but like just really, it's time to pause. Whether you really want to or not, it's like we're being forced to do this pause. So why not allow yourself to take advantage of this? Okay, look at the positive of it. If you're constantly lacking sleep, if you feel like you don't get enough rest, this is the time to do that. Okay, there's nothing really extra that you need to be doing. So take advantage of the downtime that you have and the hours in the day. Now, some of you may be still able to work from home. Okay, some of you may still be. That's very much a blessing. I know that I'm one of those people. There are other people out there who are able to do that. There are a lot of people who are not able to do that, okay? And I know that can probably be scary and frustrating for those who, you know, require to be in person to do their job. Like, you know, the service industry is what I'm thinking about right now, right? If you're a waiter or like a cook or, you know, hostess or whatever in a restaurant right now, it may be a really challenging time for those people, okay? So, the thing that I would suggest is like really thinking about your day and like planning out, okay, what is it that you're going to do? Or like, what do you feel like is the next step? Again, going back to trusting yourself, igniting that inner compass and figuring out what's best for you. And this is something that is an internal thing. It is not something that you need to be asking 27 million people about, because what is going to work for them may not necessarily work for you, okay? But I really feel like this is time for the entire world. This is how you get to choose how you're going to handle the situation. You get to choose how you're going to respond to it, how you're going to react to it. And I'm just going to tell you this, there are going to be days that are great days, and there are going to be other moments where you're feeling really overwhelmed and anxious, okay? So again, it's really important for you to be clear about what it is that works for you and what you need, okay? So it's time to be patient with yourself. It's time to be just compassionate with yourself, okay, about where you are, the space. Nobody has been in this space before. I mean, not in my lifetime, I've never experienced this, okay? So we're all navigating this, and this is all new. So let's just try to look at the positives and what is good about the situation, okay? Okay, the other thing that you can do, hold on you guys, I gotta get my list together, is look into starting that business that you've always wanted to start. So now, this doesn't mean you have to go out there and be crazy, but like maybe you just need to do some research, or maybe you just need time to think through what exactly it is that you want to do, or maybe you know what you want to do, and maybe you just haven't had time to kind of put things in place or put things in order. Now is the time to start really thinking about that, okay? I know this is not for everybody, right? It doesn't mean that everybody should run out and start a business, but if it's something you've been thinking about and it's something that you feel like is in your heart to do, I would encourage you now to take this time to do that. I really would. This is like no time like the present, okay? Hey, Rachel. Okay, Rachel says, yes, being patient with myself has been so helpful. Yes, Rachel, be patient with yourself, okay? You are doing the best that you can in the moment with the circumstances that you have. So I know this is, I don't have all the answers, right? Like nobody has all the answers. But what I can say is the more that you can trust that things will work out, or just give yourself a minute to just breathe, okay? And look at the situation you're in right now. Like, okay, say for example, like right now in this moment, I'm healthy. I am actually in peace and quiet, which that's a whole nother thing, right? I'm in peace and quiet right now. I am of sound mind and body. Nothing is wrong with me. I have food to eat. I have water to drink. Okay, so I'm alive, right? So in our minds, we make up all these things about what's happening and what's going on, but nothing is happening. In this moment, you are fine. If you're watching this video, that means you're alive and well, and you are still here. So there's nothing for you to be stressed about in this moment, okay? We have to be more present and more patient with ourselves. And speaking of books that you want to read, if you haven't read this book, it's called, it's by Eckhart Tolle. Is it Eckhart Tolle or Eckhart Tolle? It's called The Power of Now. It's a really good book to help you focus on being present, okay? It talks about being in the now and how we spend a lot of time in our past, we spend a lot of time in the future, right? So in the past, we're like, you know, thinking about all the things that went wrong and how it didn't go right, and like you're worried about that, right? And then the future, you're stressing about things that haven't even happened yet, right? Like you're anticipating all these things. So really what he talks about is you have nothing, there's nothing that you control but the present moment. The only thing that matters is the present moment. The past is gone. The future you can't predict. So all you have is this moment. So if you have problems just being focused and present and aware, I would recommend that book. It's actually a really good book. It gets you to think in a different way. I would take your time reading it though. Like there's some parts where I was just like, whoa, that was kind of deep. So, but yeah, that's a book that I would recommend if you need some help in that way, like just being present and being patient and just focusing on the here and now. Because he does talk about how like right now in this moment, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Like all the things that we're afraid of or we're worried about, like haven't even happened yet, right? So you're anticipating all these things, or you're thinking about, oh, what about this and what about that? Nothing is happening right now. Like in this moment, you're fine. So highly recommend that book, okay? Oh yeah, so I was talking about starting a business. So like I said, yeah, now is a good time if you've maybe thought about this, or you've, wanted to get, more into it or figure out what you need to do. You have time to maybe research, or if you know people who have businesses, you can talk to them. There's lots of things that you can do to just at least take this step, okay? I'm not a business coach, so I'm not going to go all into that, but I'm just saying, like, these are just some recommendations of things that you can do to look more at the opportunities of the situation versus panic and chaos and all these other things. Okay, let's see, another thing. Okay, so another thing I suggest you do with all this time is practice learning another language. Now, I've been practicing on this app called Duolingo, Spanish. Now, I took Spanish like in grade school and high school and all that stuff. I used to be actually really good. And then, I don't know, I just stopped speaking it, and I wasn't around people to speak it. And so I lost a lot of it. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do is be able to speak another language fluently, like to be able to actually have a conversation and talk another language. So pick a language. I don't know if that's your thing, but maybe it is. Pick a language that you like or that you're interested in, and just maybe practice a language. Try to occupy your time with things that are positive, things that are going to uplift you, things that are going to make you feel good, things that are going to empower you, things that are going to make you feel like, wow, I'm making progress, okay? Even though you're at home, right? So just because you're at home doesn't mean that things are not going to get done. Also, another thing you can think about is if you are, let's say in your home, you've been wanting to reorganize things, or you've been wanting to change things around, or, get rid of stuff that no longer serves you. It doesn't add any value to your life. Start going through that stuff. Why not? What else is there for you to do, right? So start using this time for productivity, for things that are going to propel you forward, right? So it's not really a negative thing that we're being quarantined, right? If you look at it in a different way, okay? So start thinking about the things that you can do to be more productive, okay? Let's see, has anybody said anything? Sorry, I left my phone as being weird. It's okay, Erica. It's okay. I know that you're here. But yeah, so does anybody else have anything that they, are planning to do during this quarantine, or things that they have been working on, thinking about, focusing on? Let me see if I don't see any comments on here. You guys, I don't know if I can do comments on the live. I think I may have to log in to my Facebook page. Okay. Rachel says positive and uplifting works, watching movies and things that make me laugh. Yes, Rachel. Yes, watching movies that make me laugh. That's a good one too. Watching movies that make you laugh. That's excuse me. That is a good one. What are some of your favorite movies? What are some of your favorite funny movies? Positive and uplifting works or words? I think it says works, but when you say works, what do you mean? Like audios, podcasts? Tell us in the comments. Anybody else on Facebook? Hold on, you guys. I think I'm going to log into my Facebook because I can't see any comments up here. I think I need to be logged in to see these comments. For whatever reason. I don't know. But let's see. Give me a second, you guys. I'm going to see what I need to do. It doesn't tell me that. I don't know if I can be on my own page when I'm live. Let me see. Can you guys still see me? Let me see if I can see comments. You guys, if you are joining me, please go ahead and say hello to me so that I know that you're here. No, it doesn't show me anything. Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay. Is that me? Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, if you guys are joining me, please go ahead and let me know that you're here so I know that you're here. All right. Wave to me. Do something. Okay. I see, because I don't see any comments here. What are some of your favorite movies, Rachel? One of my favorite funny movies is White Chicks. That's one of my favorite movies. Okay, Rachel says, I just meant anything positive and uplifting works. So I am seeking only those things. Articles, posts, movies, shows, etc. Okay, good. Okay. Erica says, hello. Hi, Eric. I see you. What are some of your favorite movies, Erica, or funny movies? Or what are some of the things that you do to stay uplifted? The other thing you can do, guys, if you are feeling courageous, I don't know what's going on in your city, but like, so we are in quarantine, but you are still able to get out and about. So if you have a park or something near you and it's not too cold outside, go for a walk. You know what I mean? Go for a walk. Get outside. If you have a balcony, go on the balcony. What else? What else are you guys doing? I'm trying to think of other things that you can do to stay positive. Okay, Erica says, I'm reading books on my Kindle. I'm praying and coloring. Yes! Coloring is good. Praying, yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, I have, actually, Erica, you got me a couple of coloring books. But yeah, coloring books. Other things I like what, that's a good idea too. Like, what are the things that you like to do? Those are things you could focus on. Movies. Rachel says movies that make me laugh or anything. Medea. Anything Tyler Perry, Eddie Murphy stand-ups too. Yes, old school but funny. Very true, Rachel. Oh my gosh, remember Eddie Murphy back in the day with that red leather suit? What is happening? Okay. Erica says, I love Bridesmaids, so fun. Yes, that's a funny movie too. Excuse me. Bridesmaids is a funny movie too. Erica says, I like stand-up specials. Exactly, yes. This is exactly funny things that lift your spirits up, okay? It's really important that we keep doing that, you guys, because, you know, it's so easy to get sucked up into all the things. And I'm just going to encourage you too, like, please monitor and limit your watching of coverage of what's going on. I would say, like, give yourself a time limit, you know? Watch enough to catch up so you're aware of what's going on, but I would not be sucked. Like, do not watch it all day long, okay? Rachel says, oh, wow, I love the color. What a great idea. Yeah, Rachel, coloring books. Also, another thing I like to do is jigsaw puzzles. I like puzzles. I don't know if anybody else likes puzzles. Painting, drawing. So these are all very creative things that you can do. So yeah, if you've been, maybe that's a habit or something like, I don't want to say a habit, like a hobby or a pastime that you did before that you didn't have time to do. Start pulling those things out. What are some of the things that you like to do before that you don't have a lot of time doing? Or you haven't had time to do. Those are things that you can focus on now. You know what I mean? Like, use this time to, like, your advantage, right? Look at it as a positive. Like, look at it as, you know, an opportunity. What is the opportunity in this, right? What are the things, think about the things that you've been saying that you cannot do or you don't have time to do, because I feel like time is a commodity that we're always struggling with, right? Not enough time, too much time, too little time. So now that you have this time, how are you going to use it? Okay? And then you can, like, if you are very like detailed, or if you like to get into the weeds of things, you can literally sit down and break out your day, like from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Like, how are you spending your time? Like, what are you really doing? You know, like, how are you, you know, and outside of, like I said, some of us are able to work remotely if you're working from home. So, you know, obviously a lot of your time during the day maybe doing that, but outside of that, like, what are you doing? Because now you cut out the commute time, right? You don't have to get up to drive to work and drive home. So that's at least for some people, maybe 30 minutes to an hour each way, right? So that can be up to 2 hours of a day that you have extra, right? Erica says, I don't watch the news, but I get a newsletter about what's going on in the city. That's helpful. Okay, good, Erica. Yeah, that's good. I mean, because I think we should be aware, but I just don't think we need to throw ourselves fully into all that's going on, because it does create anxiety and stress, and like that is not healthy for your body. And then the other thing too, Amazon sells paint by number. Erica said Amazon sells paint by number kits. I've been wanting to get it. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Paint by numbers. I have so many. I'm probably not going to order anything though, because I have so many stuff, like coloring books and stuff already, that I haven't even touched, that I don't need to buy another thing. And like, I've already bought something from Amazon like almost every day. So I don't know. I feel like Amazon is like, hey girl, you back again? Yes, I am. What else is in here? Yeah. So, I mean, it's just about finding things that like you enjoy. Okay. Like, what are the things that you like to do, and focusing on those things and creating time and space for those things. Okay. So the whole point is this is to encourage you to keep your spirits uplifted, okay? You have the power to choose how you're going to handle this, okay? There's no need to panic. There's no need to worry. There's no need to fear. You are okay, all right? So the more you focus on positive things and uplifting things and looking for the light in things, you will find it, okay? Just like if you're looking for the negative, you're looking for all the bad stuff, you're going to find that too. So you get to choose how you want to spend your time. Okay, you guys? Look for the positive in everything. Choose wisely. Choose how you spend this time, because we don't know how much time this is going to be. I was hearing some very interesting reports about this quarantine being like weeks and weeks out, like moving into May, June time frame. So I don't know if that's true or not true, but that means you're going to have a lot of time, okay? Whatever. Amazon very much wants your money. But I know they want my money. Well, they've been getting my money. I'm just saying, I don't need that. That color kit, I don't need that. I have 20 billion coloring. Well, I don't have 20 billion coloring. I'm exaggerating. Do what brings you joy, says Rachel. Yes, do what brings you joy. Focus on what brings you joy. What makes you happy, okay? That's why I did my weekly check-in last week. You know what I talked about was Love is Blind, my infatuation with Lauren and Cameron, because I'm just like all about this couple. They make me happy. They're not even doing anything. They're just living their lives, being who they are, but it makes me happy. So I felt like, hey, this is what I want to talk about. So that's what I talked about, because that's what brings me joy, okay? So Rachel's absolutely right. Do what brings you joy, right? And Rachel, you also have this saying, Rachel always says, it feels good to feel good. Okay? It feels good to feel good. So focus on those things, okay? Mental health, emotional health is very important at this time. It's very critical. And I specifically want to speak to people who may be by themselves or may be alone, who may suffer from like depression or, just being isolated can be a very, it can bring your mood down. So please, if you are experiencing any of this, please reach out to someone. Like if you don't have a therapist or like a professional, person that you talk to, social worker, somebody, please reach out. Or if you have friends, family, reach out. And then for those of you who know people who may be by themselves or who may be alone or who, have gone quiet, please check on your friends. Please check on those people, okay? Make sure they're okay. If you don't hear from someone, because the thing is, you guys, we have to look out for each other. If you're not hearing from someone and they're typically, active, please reach out. Make sure they're okay. Make sure they're good. Check on your friends and even your strong friends, right? Check on your strong friends. Don't just think that because this person is strong and they got it all together. Why does my hair look so crazy? They got it all together, that you don't need to check on them. Everybody needs to be checked on at this time, okay? We are going through a very challenging time right now. So please don't forget about the people around you, that even if you think they're good, check on them anyway, okay? Rachel says, yes, it feels good to feel good. It does. It feels good to feel good, okay? But yeah, I did want to make that point. So you guys, please remember to check on the people around you, and make sure they're okay. You know what I mean? Because some of you may have family members and people around you that love you and support you, but some of us don't have that, okay? So if you know someone, even if it's a neighbor, like, I don't know how you guys are with your neighbors, but like, just make sure, check on people, make sure they're okay. Let's like help each other, okay? Call them, text them, knock on the door. I know we're not supposed to be touching people and all that kind of stuff, but seriously, if you haven't heard from someone in a while, you know, just check on them, make sure they're all right, okay? All right, you guys, do we have any other questions, comments, anything you want to say? So, like I said, this was supposed to be helpful to you, to just, you know, get you to think about the fact that you have the power to choose how you want to handle this quarantine, how you want to handle all the things that are going on right now. It is up to you how you look at the situation, okay? Use this time for good, all right? Use your time wisely. Use your time to feel good, do things that make you happy, propel you in the, when it's time, eventually this is going to move, we're going to move forward, okay? And I want you to look back at this time and say, yeah, I feel good about how I spent that time, or I feel good about that, you know, what I was doing, okay? So it's never too late. You can start today. You can start tomorrow, okay? Netflixparty.com. Is that, what is that? Netflixparty.com. Is that like you can watch movies together, or is that, did you just make that up, Erica? Netflixparty.com. Yeah, you can be watching Netflix and movies and all that kind of stuff too. Whatever makes you feel good, okay? All right, you guys, I don't see anybody there. If you're there, please say hello to me. Wave to me. Oh, okay. Hi, Mommy, I see you. Mommy says, I like to dance. Yes, that's a, ooh, music. Music. Yes. Dancing. Put on your, I have Pandora. You guys probably have all these other things. I don't have all that stuff. Yeah, so you can put on your music. You can dance. That makes you feel good. I'm flipping back and forth. Because you guys, I can't see comments on my phone, but I guess if I scroll to the left, to the right, I can see the comments. Very, very good. Okay. All right, you guys. So if you don't have any other comments for me, please do me a favor. If you like this video and you feel like it has been helpful to you, please do tag a friend, share it, pass it along, okay? It's really important that we help each other at this time, you guys. Seriously, for real, for real, for real. Don't be shy. Check on your friends. Check on your people. Add light into the world. It could just be a small thing. Calling a person could make a difference, okay? Check in on them. Focus on keeping your spirits up. Focus on things that you can do to be productive. Read your books, do your trainings, organize your closets if that's what makes you feel good. Get your house in order. Do things that are going to add to you and make you feel good, okay? During this time. All right, you guys? So I'm going to go. But again, if you're watching the replay, go ahead and hit my hashtag replay so I know that you're here, or that you came by and that you stopped by to say hello to me. All right, you guys? All right, so you guys, stay healthy, be smart, be vigilant, stay in the moment, okay? Be in the now and know that all is well. All right, you guys? So I will see you all in the next video. All right, have a good night.